It's winter, so there's probably whales out there somewhere. They're going up the east coast of Australia to warmer waters so that they can breed, have their calves, and then they'll start coming back down the east coast until they get to Antarctica. Can you see any whales? Coogee Beach, Sydney, Australia. I spent many hours whiling away the time on Coogee Beach. Especially when I was at university, it was a really great escape from lectures. So here I was on the beach. Coogee. I seem to have spent quite a bit of my life on a beach. Beaches all over the place. And here I am on Coogee Beach. And this is the view of Coogee Beach from the Crown Plaza Hotel. It used to be the Oceanic Hotel. That was the watering hole for my father when he was very young. The Oceanic Hotel eventually fell into very bad disrepair, so the whole lot was pulled down and the site was redeveloped for this new hotel. The south end of Coogee Beach has ocean swimming baths. There's Wiley's baths and also baths for women and children. I was supposed to learn to swim there. When I started primary school, we had to go to swimming lessons. However, I'd learnt to swim a couple of years before at Maroubra Beach. My dad taught me to swim and I was a really good dog paddler, especially in the surf. While I was at university, my college roommate Jenny decided that it was much more fun to go to Coogee Beach instead of going to statistics lectures. So we spent many a winter day sitting on Coogee Beach, freezing to death instead of going to lectures. It was just lucky that my cousin Graham had attended all of the lectures and taken some really good notes, and also that Jenny was a maths whiz, so we both managed to pass statistics. And this is Wedding Cake Island, which is just off Coogee Beach. It stops for waves, so that means there's very rarely a good surf at Coogee Beach. Although my friends from Tumbarumba reckoned it was really big surf. Give me a break, you could never even catch a decent body wave. The north end of Coogee Beach seems to be a parking area for people's tinnies. There are lots of tinnies parked at the north end of the beach. And here's a seagull showing very much of an interest in a tinny. And another bird looking at the row of tinnies. There are also ocean baths on the north headland of Coogee Beach. You have to go down the steps and then there's a wall that encloses the pool to stop any stray waves that come along. However, the waves do wash over the wall. On the northern headland of Coogee Beach there is the memorial to the Bali bombing victims, the Australians who died in 2002. On the northern headland of Coogee Beach you can also walk along the coast for miles and miles. Or you can do a spot of fishing from the top of the headland. Or just admire the banksias, which are shown in full bloom in these photos. The Sydney Opera House was opened in 1973, and on the next New Year's Eve there was a huge rock concert on the steps of the Opera House. My friend Jan and I attended and had a lovely time. However, the authorities had forgotten that it was a public holiday and the transport finished at 11 p.m. Thus Jan and I had to walk all the way home from town to Coogee. It took us a couple of hours, but we made it home in time to see the sun rise over Coogee Beach. And here's what people do on a lazy winter afternoon on Coogee Beach in Sydney. And here is Coogee Palace Aquarium. It was indoor baths and other attractions, modelled on the Victorian idea of what is good fun in a seaside village. It was opened in 1887, but I have no idea why you'd want to swim indoors when you're right next to a beautiful beach and can swim outdoors. Even Grandad preferred swimming in the ocean rather than indoor baths. I can remember going to the Coogee Palace Aquarium for swimming carnivals when I was a brownie. That was way back in the 60s, and I can still remember it as being a cold, cold old place. In 1984, big seas caused the dome to collapse. However, they rebuilt it, made it a heritage site, and it now has lots of shops and stuff in it. And the headland at South Coogee is absolutely wonderful for a really long walk on a warm winter's day. It's also great on Boxing Day. You can take your Christmas leftovers and watch the yachts go down the coast in the Sydney to Hobart yacht race. And of course, Coogee Beach in winter can get really, really cold with the wind blowing off the ocean. So you need to get rugged up. Except the seagulls really don't seem to mind. There are always lots and lots of seagulls hanging around on Coogee Beach, Sydney, Australia.